episode of the new build series. We have a very exciting presentation here, and it's about the first wind-assisted diesel-electric hybrid expedition yacht, which we are currently designing and will start construction on in hopefully the first quarter of 2025. And this is a very revolutionary vessel for a lot of reasons that you're going to see right now. But first, I'd like to bring some attention to this new energy efficiency report from Lloyd's Register that just came out last month. This report states what's pretty obvious about wind propulsion. It has been around forever, and it's not a new technology. However, the way that it's being applied to commercial vessels right now is new technology. And in this report, they actually refer to it as saying that it's more like a space shuttle than a schooner. And we'll get into that. But be aware that the commercial sector is fully embracing wind propulsion. And the yachting sector, aside from sailboats, has not been using this new technology and adapting it to expedition yachts. And we're going to be the first ones to do that, and I'm very excited to tell you about that now. And by the way, in the notes under this video, you're going to find a link to this Lloyd's Register report, and if you're at all interested, download it and check it out, because it is very interesting. So we are not the first wind-assisted expedition yacht. Shackleton's ice-capable steam yacht, the Endurance, which was built, quote, as a steam yacht, was actually a three-masted barkentine. It had a 350 horsepower coal-fired steam engine. And if you look at the history of the transition from sail to steam, the first vessels, including military frigates, they all kept their sails along with the steam engines. And initially they had paddle wheels with the steam engines, and then they transitioned to propellers. And some vessels, such as the SS Great Britain, which was one of the first steam adapters, actually went from steam back to being strictly a sail vessel because of the economics of operating with sail versus coal. And so while we will not be the first wind-assisted expedition yacht, we will be the first wind-assisted diesel-electric hybrid expedition yacht. As I said before, commercial ships have already embraced wind-assisted shipping. The one that we are modeling our expedition yacht on is a breakthrough vessel called the Canopée. This railroad ship was built specifically to take rockets from France to their space station, space launch area in South America and Guyana. This vessel cruises at 16.5 knots in order to make that crossing, and they have achieved fuel savings using the OceanWing sail of 30%, and they predict that they may get up to 50% annually fuel savings. That's about 3 tons of fuel per day. So each of the sails has sensors on it, and the wind direction and velocity is all taken in by computers, and each sail is controlled individually to get the optimum propulsion out of it, depending on the angle of sail. These are not your traditional sails that are just sitting up on a mast and maneuvered by the crew. These OceanWing sails are closer to an aircraft wing than they are to a traditional sail. For those of you that are sailors, they can sail up to 5 degrees off the wind. It means that they can actually go into the wind and create propulsion from these sails, instead of in the old square rigger days where maybe they could go a little bit with the wind a little bit forward of a beam, but certainly not on the nose and get propulsion. It actually can lay down on the deck if you want to have that kind of installation to get under bridges. The sails are also adjusted for wind speed, so if you get into a high wind situation, they'll reef themselves and they will adjust accordingly. We're choosing the OceanWing because it has the best-in-class propulsion and performance. So now with our vessel set up to take advantage of the wind, we're going to take advantage of the trade winds. And the trade winds is how all the trade was done in the good old days, when the clipper ships were going to Australia and carrying freight and passengers all around the world. So on the ship's navigation system is going to be meteorological information fed into it about where the winds are and where the advantageous route is to take advantage of the winds. It might add a few more miles, but think about it. If you're saving 50% plus on your fuel, maybe you'll take a little more time to get there. And at the same time, the navigation and the route planning will take into account the ocean currents. For instance, if you're going from Florida up to Newport, which a lot of us do every now and then, you go out and get in the Gulf Stream. You've got a free ride of 1 to 3 knots off the Gulf Stream. And you can do that a number of places in the oceans, and that will be programmed in to the route planning of your vessel. So you got trade winds and you got currents that are carrying you along to where you want to go, and you're not paying for it. So the vessel that we are designing right now is going to have a wider beam for stability than a normal motor yacht. By going wider, you don't need a keel, you don't need more ballast. The sails obviously deliver more stability. And with more stability, you've got less stabilizer drag. Think about it. When a ship is rocking back and forth and the stabilizers are keeping it level, effectively you've got these barn doors creating resistance against the forward momentum of the boat. So with the sail there, less stabilizer, less drag, more efficiency, and more speed. We are planning on being able to operate completely under sail power at probably 8 to 10 knots. When we do that, we are going to hydrogenerate electricity off the spinning props, and we're expecting to create enough hydrogeneration to carry the hotel load and also put more juice back in the batteries that we can use when we're operating into a harbor or we've got peak loads. With the sails up and the engines either operating at a lower RPM or not on at all, you're going to have lower noise and vibration just by definition. You're also going to have an extended cruising range. So if your vessel normally would have a 5,000 mile range or an 8,000 mile range, and you're getting this kind of efficiency, you might get an extra 50% out of your range. And that means you're buying and burning 50% less fuel. And that means you're putting less emissions into the atmosphere and spending less money. You're also going to have a longer engine life. And don't forget, the overhauls and rebuilds on your engines correlate to how much fuel you put through that engine. The less fuel you put through, the longer your engine life is going to be, and the more time between major overhauls. So the model for our expedition yacht has already been built and has performed, and so we are basing our designs and our new build on an existing platform. Our platform is going to be adaptable between 90 meters and 105 meters, or 295 feet and 345 feet. It utilizes proven, class-approved wind propulsion system, as we just talked about. So we're not going to be the first ones out there with this. We do not want to be the frontier of the technology or put ourselves in a position where we'll be trying something out that might not work. This does work, and it's proven. Our whole platform can accommodate 12 to 36 guests, depending upon how you want to lay it out. And it is going to utilize the most efficient diesel-electric propulsion with hybrid battery components. Again, these are already in use, already proven, and so we are not trying to break any barriers here with nitrogen and hydrogen and methanol and all that kind of wacky stuff. We'll customize the platform to meet your mission, and there's endless variations of what you can do inside these hulls. What we do is we bid it out to commercial shipyards in order to get the best pricing. The interiors are customized, they're fabricated someplace else. They're not done in the shipyard, as you know. So we go out to bid, we'll go to the top custom interior fabricators, and we will have the custom interior being fabricated at the same time that we're building the steel hull. There's a benefit to using an existing hull platform. It's not only in the pricing to doing that, but it's been tank tested. We know what it costs to build, we know what the steel weight is, and there are a lot of advantages that will turn up in the pricing. So I look forward to having more episodes about this wind-assisted diesel-electric hybrid expedition yacht. And I'm going to try and share this experience here on YouTube with those that are interested. I will also be in Monaco in about 10 days at the Monaco Yacht Show. So if this piques your interest and you'd like to talk about getting one of these vessels, please get in touch with me and we can meet up in Monaco, or we can jump on WhatsApp at any time.